So we have a couple of approaches we can take here. The first is to approach this content just like we did the About Us page and just create all of the content inside of the WYSIWYG. This includes all of the content and all of the styling. Now the downside to this is that if something changes, say there's a typo in the description of Pogo Mountain Marathon, we'd have to change that here, but we'd also have to change it in the Pogo Mountain Marathon page as well. Same with any changes to the title. If cathartic tunneling changed to therapeutic tunneling, we'd have to change it everywhere that name was being used. Also, another problem would come into play if we decided to change the style of the content. So later on, if we needed to move the description of this tour type up above the requirements, we'd have to do that on every single tour type page. And that kind of manual editing is both error-prone and time-consuming. So the solution is to model this data in such a way that we can use it in multiple places at once and change any common styling across the board in one place instead of editing individual pieces of content. We talked a little bit about data modeling earlier. The idea is that you take a piece of content, say this tour type, and you break it down into fields, much like you would break down content into columns when using a spreadsheet. So in this case, there might be a title field, a requirements field, and a description field. We would then use those fields here on the individual tour type pages, and then in this lists of content, we would use the same fields again, just in a different way. One other advantage to modeling data into fields instead of just pasting in full chunks of content is that Drupal will automatically build add content forms, and those forms will be more straightforward to fill out because they will contain specific fields and instructions for each one of those fields, instead of one big text area to just paste everything into and hope you get it all.